Fine.
Crazy Talks with Wise People, once again, with a special guest, of course, imported from Ohio. We've had him already last week, but due to popular demand, he's back here. Oh, I really have to thank this man because he's so busy. You know, he's an assistant to counsel at International Criminal Court because he's an international criminal lawyer. He is also president and CEO of Global Justice Intelligence ICE Incorporated, and he is also an adjunct professor from a university in Ohio. Let's all welcome once again, warm welcome. He's got a very good spirit, and I want him, and I prophesy him to be the next president of Benin. Benin in Africa is his birthplace, but he's now an American citizen, living in the US. But he still can be president of Benin, right? All right. Let's all welcome Dr. Attorney Denakpon Tchobo. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Angela Mary. I'm so glad to be here today. And thank you for your wish for a presidential election. Hopefully one day.
Yes, you will be president of Benin. Oh my gosh. If you're the
That's a
president
great
of
wish.
pardon.
That's a good wish for me.
Yes. Um, well, you know that. I think we have the same heart. We want to change the world. So the best way to change the world is to take over.
Right, you take over.
The best way to change the world is to take over. But let's not talk about that today. But jokingly, we were talking about that even I think after the podcast last week. But today, folks, we're going to continue talking about ICC because last week we've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from here, right? About what's ICC, what's the difference between national and ICC national court and the international court, and was able to enlighten us about some issues that we need to know about this entity that is in Hague. Sir, would you like to greet our audience first, or would you like?
Oh, yeah, definitely. uh, I say hello to everyone who is watching us right now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I'm glad to be here anyway. Thank you to Dr. Angela Mari for inviting me to this podcast.
Oh, it is our honor to have you with us. Okay, so our first question is, how effective is the ICC in achieving its goals of ending impunity for serious crimes like war crimes?
Yeah, that's a great question. How effective
Mm,
ICC is today? That's a great
mm,
question. And that question allows me to remember why ICC has to be created.
mhm,
Yeah. So it has to be established to investigate, prosecute,
mhm,
investigate international crimes like genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity,
mhm,
and crime of aggression,
mhm,
what is difficult today to prosecute in a way.
mhm.
And prosecute, I would say, those who are responsible for the crime.
Mm. All
Now,
right.
how
So how
effective?
successful are you? Is well, of course, ICC is a lot younger than the one that the court that prosecuted um who's that the the one Nuremberg had prosecuted after World War.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so I can ICC also function as that court?
Functional like Nuremberg Court?
Mm-hmm.
No, ICC is different than a Nuremberg tribunals 'Cause,
Ah.
yeah, Nuremberg tribunals has been created particularly for crimes committed uh, during the Hitler atrocity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like a Rwanda court today.
Mm-hmm.
A Rwanda court has been created. No
Mm-hmm.
court, I would say Rwanda tribunal has been created for
Mm-hmm.
genocide committed,
Mm-hmm.
in Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
Tutsi, Hutu. So
Mm-hmm.
they call those tribunals ad hoc
Mm-hmm.
tribunals. They are specific tribunals
Mm-hmm.
created for those crimes in
Mm-hmm.
that period. But
Mm-hmm.
ICC is international.
Mm-hmm.
Is permanent international jurisdiction organ focus
Mm-hmm.
international crimes.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Yeah,
So how successful is it?
yeah. We can right now we can say is doing his best
Mm-hmm.
to to render justice to victims.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's not easy. It's not easy because big country, powerful countries like United States, Russia, China are not party to the Rome status. So that's the difficult issue we have right now. But he's
Mm-hmm.
doing his best to deter international crimes. But the way he exercises his jurisdiction also affects the prosecution sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think
Since
do you think we really need do you think we really need the ICC, or should we rather strengthen the national courts?
yeah, we need the ICC because national court, most of them are incapable or not willing to investigate international court and prosecute those who are responsible for
Oh,
international
okay.
court.
I'll give you a situation.
Mm.
What if, because ICC is an outsider of any country, and a country, so they really don't know what's going on in a country. What if the national government of a country is just persecuting someone for political reasons? Because the ICCs, they don't know anything. What if that government is just running to ICC to prosecute someone allegedly doing some stuff in their country because of political reasons?
Yeah, ICC does not intervene in political situation. He only focuses on international crimes. Crimes concern international communities. Crimes threaten international peace and security. So when ICC, that's the question. When ICC will intervene, ICC intervenes when the national court or jurisdiction do not want try those responsible for international crime. That's the
Mm-hmm.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The ICC is not there to replace or to substitute to national courts. No.
Mm-hmm.
ICC is just complement.
I see. All
Yeah,
right.
it's just
Yeah.
complement. So
Mm,
it
yeah.
just comes
Mm,
when a state a jurisdiction or tribunal court or not incapable or no one to prosecute or no one to hold accountable the alleged perpetrators.
mhm.
Yeah,
Okay. So what are the implications of the ICC's slow trials and high costs? Yeah, you know how much is
yeah,
it to hire You must be wealthy now, sir, because how much are you paid by?
ICC
Oh
is slow,
my
yeah.
goodness,
Eh,
it's very expensive and it's slow. So it's a great gain for lawyers. I just want to be a lawyer, you know?
you can. There is a way, there is a way.
Oh my
On the
goodness. I mean, how much, okay, of course you have an idea. How much does a lawyer cost? In ICC.
I think I will leave that answer to the ICC register to
All right,
that
okay.
question to the that
Uh-huh.
answer to
But
the
more or
ICC
less, just give me a
register.
ballpark figure. For example, someone
Mm,
needs, a lawyer in ICC,
mm.
because he's got a case in ICC. How much do you think is the budget just to finish, the entire case?
No, I think the court pay for that. The court cover the lawyer fees, the attorney fees, the
ICC
lawyer fees.
covers?
Yeah, yeah, ICC cover is not for the not for the
Oh, for
uh,
example, like let's say Duterte.
mm.
Duterte doesn't pay for his lawyers. Is it
If he want to
ICC?
pay, that's fine. If he hire a lawyer from outside,
Mm,
if he hire a lawyer from outside, out of the ICC list council,
mm-hmm.
then it's okay. We understand that. But if it's
Yeah,
not the
like
case,
Kaufman. Kaufman is he's a veteran lawyer.
yeah,
you
Kaufman is a
know.
veteran lawyer admitted to the list of counsel.
Mm.
At ICC, the ICC will pay Kaufman
So the
no the
ICC, for example, pays you because you're admitted as a counsel. So
mm,
the ICC pays you. Oh, that's still big, you know. It's an
yeah, ICC
executive
will pay
level.
me. Is
Ah,
ICC will pay me, no the person,
ah.
yeah, ICC will pay me for that. So that's why all a suspect they are free to choose their lawyer on the list of the council.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's
But it's slow today because we understand some people say it's slow. Yes. International justice always be like that. It's not
mm,
something like we need to jump in. It requires a lot of process, judicial process,
mm,
because we need investigation. The
mm,
prosecution need to investigate the situation, what happened, and then check if I would say, yeah, whether the I would say alleged crime
mm,
falls into ICC jurisdiction, and
mm,
then who committed that crime or those crimes,
mm,
and where the crimes or those crimes have been committed, and when. So all those stuff need to be evaluated first. Now, after the preliminary examination from the prosecutor, then the prosecutor will ask the pretrial chamber judges authorization if he decide to investigate to the principle of proprio mutuo. By sometimes he can decide, he can make the decision, his own
mm,
decision, say I can go into this country, for example in Philippines, see what is going on. It seems like they are international crime.
mm,
And then he will request authorization from
mm,
judges, pretrial judges. And then pretrial
mm,
judges will evaluate his
mm,
request,
mm,
check if there are a reasonable ground to believe international crime have been committed.
mm,
Then before granting the authorization to the prosecutor. And then the
mm,
prosecutor will go to investigate to cooperation with the state, of course, because
mm.
everything is cooperation. Then
Yeah.
go to investigate. The investigation requires travel to the place or area location where the crime have been committed, and it might require some experts like
I
psychologists,
see.
doctor, it depends, forensic
Yeah, yeah,
experts,
yeah, yeah. Oh.
and then collect evidence,
Mm,
you know, collecting evidence. That's very important. It can be
Mm,
photo, recording, video, anything can help him build the case.
mm,
And then when he require everything, he can ask the judges
mm,
to issue arrest warrants or summoners to the alleged perpetrators.
mm, mm.
So
Okay.
if judges
Mm,
decided to issue arrest warrant, the arrest
mm,
warrant will go
mm,
internationally, and
mm,
that is it for life anyway. And the
mm.
ICC does not have police or law enforcement.
Yeah.
Then the state party they will cooperate
Mm,
to execute the arrest warrant decision.
mm,
And then they will bring the person to ICC. Then when the person got to ICC,
mm,
then ICC judges will make sure all his right has been respected, his safety, well-being, everything, and then sent to the detention center in The Hague.
okay.
After months, they
Mm,
will prepare the courtroom proceeding,
mm,
which will start from the appearance, the first appearance. We talk about the first appearance of the person after
mm,
he has been arrested,
mm,
and confirmation of charges. Then there is another step. So the pretrial chamber judges will confirm
mm,
what this means, the charge, because confirmation of charges requires a prosecution argument. The prosecutor will present his argument to the
mm,
pretrial chamber say, about the accusation. And then the
mm,
defense counsel or the lawyer of
mm,
the suspect, because
mm,
he's the suspect, he's not yet accused,
mm,
the
mm,
defender, the defense or the defense lawyer of the suspect will respond or reply to the prosecutor accusation. And
mm.
also the victim present their view and concern to their lawyer. We call communal legal representative for victims.
All
So
right.
after that
Ah,
stage,
mm.
yeah, that's a process, a courtroom process.
It's a
So,
okay. All right.
so, mm,
Go ahead.
so after that step or stage, if the person, the the charges has been confirmed,
Mm,
because it can be confirmed, the pretrial judges can
mm,
say, no,
mm,
we dismiss this case
mm,
because prosecutor will not
mm,
have any strong evidence
mm,
to
mm,
charge this person with such international crime.
mm,
So there are some doubt. It might be some. It depends. Or they can say, yes, we confirm
mm,
beyond any
mm,
reasonable doubt.
mm,
We confirm the charges, and then we send the case to trial chamber. So the case will go before trial chamber, and
mm,
then the trial will start from there. At
mm,
this
mm.
period, the person or the suspect will become accused.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand. It's similar to the local court.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Very
similar to the
similar.
to the liquor
The
code, right?
process is very similar to the local court.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is similar. And
yeah,
then
very
we move
similar.
for there. We will have a defense lawyer, then the prosecutor and the victim legal representative. They will present their argument too. And to present also their evidence, counter evidence. Sometimes does include witnesses and victim testimony or
Yeah,
statement.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, those are people also protected by the
Okay.
judges.
Is ICC doing something with the Houthis? Like they hijack ships. And they've been doing that for so long. Is the ICC doing something about that case?
It depends in the context because when we are talking about war crimes or we are talking about terrorism, because hijacking
Yeah,
can go to terrorists,
that is.
ICC, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
ICC can intervene if,
But how
if
come they're not?
that,
Mm.
if that cause conflict, it can be
Is Iran? Is no, no, no. Houthis not from Iran, from no, 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 no.
Syria. Sorry about, yeah, ICC is concerned about Syria
Is Syria a
case.
member of ICC?
Nah, Syria will never
Well, then they
access.
cannot.
We
Yeah,
know.
they cannot do anything about it. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so what are the implications of the? Okay, so how does the ICC address the issue of non-member states like U.S., Russia, the BRICS?
Yeah,
Other cooperation in cases like, for example, non-member states. How can you know, like
yeah,
as you
that's a
said,
great question.
like
That's a great question.
Houthis from Syria. Well, ICC doesn't have any access to the Houthis, even if they're international terrorists, hijacking ships and killing people in the sea. Well, ICC cannot do anything because it's not a member country.
That's a great question related to ICC jurisdiction.
Mm.
The ICC exercise is jurisdiction in three different ways.
Mm-hmm.
The first way is by state party to the statute referral.
Mm-hmm.
Those states or countries
Mm-hmm.
members to the statutes of ICC
Mm-hmm.
can refer
Mm-hmm.
a situation to ICC
Mm-hmm.
prosecutor,
Mm-hmm.
say what is happening here, we refer the case to you. The
Mm-hmm.
ICC will decide
Mm-hmm.
after preliminary examination to investigate. The prosecutor will investigate. And he will investigate if he found there reasonable ground to believe the International Crime Commission. Is the case in Ukraine situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that situation has been referred. Is the case
Mm-hmm.
in Ivory Coast situation.
Mm-hmm.
Ivory Coast Laurent Gbagbo case has been referred by state parties to
Mm-hmm.
ICC. But
Mm-hmm.
when the case is referred like that,
Mm-hmm.
for example, in a Ukraine situation, then
Mm-hmm.
the state concerned will accept the jurisdiction
Mm-hmm.
of ICC by lodging declaration.
Mm-hmm.
It's a formal declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will make formal declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Then say we accept the jurisdiction. We are not member of ICC,
Mm-hmm.
but because the situation has been referred to ICC, and then ICC comes after us, we accept jurisdiction of ICC to investigate what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
The second way is through United Nations Security Council.
Mm-hmm.
The United Nations Security Council can refer a situation to ICC. Is the case in Libya and Darfur, Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they are not members of ICC. They are not party. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy for ICC to go directly over those states not members of ICC. So
Mm-hmm.
United Nations Security Council can refer the case because
Mm-hmm.
those states, they are member of United Nations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, United Nations has authority, a power to refer the case to, ICC, their situation or the conflict to ICC prosecutor to investigate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then, in this context,
Mm-hmm.
ICC prosecutors has power to investigate once ICC will have jurisdiction to exercise
Mm-hmm.
over the alleged perpetrators in this
Mm-hmm.
conflict.
I
But
see.
there are no other implications at that level. what
Mm,
it is.
mm,
Sometimes it's difficult when it comes to a permanent members.
mm,
For example, Russia, they're a member of a United Nations Security Council.
mm,
We see China.
mm,
So it's not easy for, when it comes to referral, it's not easy for those, for, I would say, for United Nations Security Council to refer is, the situation to ICC when the case concern those nations,
mm. I
permanent,
gotcha. Yeah.
permanent nation, because they can block
Mm,
in Security Council, they can block the referral, referral decision.
yeah, yeah,
It's not easy.
yeah, yeah. It
It's
is
the
not
case in
easy.
in Syria.
Yeah, yeah. Mm,
Russia blocked,
mm,
China blocked, say no,
mm,
this will not
mm,
move forward.
mm,
That
mm.
is difficult. It's another implication about
Ah,
United Nations Security Council referral.
I
The
see.
third way ICC can exercise jurisdiction
Mm,
is through the principle of proprio motu. The prosecutor can decide on his own to, go investigate,
mm,
yeah, the
mm,
situation or what is happening
mm,
in the state concerned. But
mm,
in that case, it still requires the pretrial judge's authorization
mm.
before going there.
Oh, I gotcha. Thank you for that information. It's very
No problem.
useful. We really learn every day. So this, like our interviews, I've learned a lot. Thank you, Professor.
It's my
All
pleasure,
right.
Dr. Angela.
What role does the principle of complementarity play in determining when the ICC will investigate and prosecute a case?
Yeah, the principle of complementarity is related to uh, what we just mentioned at the beginning
Mm,
about how ICC will exercise its jurisdiction.
mm,
That means when state concern
mm,
does not want to investigate and prosecute the
mm,
alleged international crimes,
mm,
the ICC can intervene by
mm,
the principle of complementarity. Or in alternative way, the state concerned will decide to investigate the case, the
mm,
situation, and
mm,
then prosecute those responsible for the alleged crime. That's they are helping ICC like that. The ICC no needs anymore to waste his time, say, oh, now I will go to this country. No.
mm,
State concern always has prior responsibility to or duty to
mm,
investigate
mm,
first
mm,
and then try hold accountable the alleged perpetrators. That's complementarity.
mm,
But if they are no they don't want to do it, or they
mm,
are willing, or sometimes they don't want to do it.
mm,
Everything is will, political will. Sometimes they don't want to do it. Then ICC can come under the principle of complementarity and then investigate, prosecute, trial those alleged perpetrators.
mm,
Another way about another aspect about the complementarity is the execution of ICC decision. For example, arrest warrant. When ICC issue arrest warrant, then state parties they can help arrest the alleged perpetrators because
mm,
they are a member of that. So they need to complete that their duty.
mm, mm, mm.
That's very important.
I see. Thank
Mm.
you. Um, Now, this is this contention about sometimes um, the ICC infringes into the sovereignty of certain country. So, how does the ICC deal with the issue of state sovereignty and the potential for its actions to be seen as a threat to national interests? We've seen this in the
Yeah.
Duterte case, very, very much so. And this even, this cost the you know the this caused the political capital of
Mm,
Marcos to plunge down, and it is
mm,
very apparent during just the uh, uh, last concluded election.
mm.
Most of his candidates really plunged down. His 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 um his trust rating had plunged down to 25%, because
Yeah.
people don't want their sovereignty touched. It is even yourself. I mean, even yourself, you don't want any foreign country to infringe into your sovereignty, because it's your pride. And in fact, the Philippine court is functioning, and it really doesn't need ICC. And Marcos, handing over a citizen of the Philippines to a foreign country, especially that the Philippines was it was a former colony of Spain, and there was US. And the Filipinos now are so awake and so concerned about nationality, patriotism, and so on. And like what you've said last week, um, only weak courts would resort to ICC. Number two, um, it's not terrorism. It wasn't genocide. It wasn't nothing. It was nothing. It was, in fact, for the good of the Filipino people. And it was politically motivated, of course. So now, how do you solve that problem? Especially, let's say, there are many patriotic countries, like South Korea is very patriotic. Of course, they would like to guard their sovereignty. Filipinos would like to guard, especially Vietnam. They would do everything to guard their sovereignty. Singapore. So how do you deal with this?
Yeah. That's a great question. ICC always respect the sovereignty or the national security or national interest of every nation. ICC cannot go straight to or directly to any country like that without the country validation or acceptance. So everything
That's
is
it.
through, yeah, is a
Yes,
diplomat is
that's it.
cooperation first.
Mm,
But another aspect of this point is the if if the state concerned is not member of ICC, that
mm,
is difficult.
mm.
But when they are member, they cannot raise a, a sovereignty, because when you're a member, you sign, you ratify. That means you accept, you invite ICC in your sovereignty when it comes to international crimes. So you accept
Okay.
ICC, yeah, you accept to cooperate with
Mm,
ICC.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are set to cooperate with ICC. So
yeah.
ICC will work with the leaders of those countries
So is
to
UK a
investigate.
member of ICC? Is UK, Scotland, are
Yeah,
we?
UK is member of ICC.
Then
But you
automatically
raise the
Scotland is also a member of
yeah, UK is
ICC.
member of ICC. So if
Okay.
UK has an issue, international crime issue or conflict, ICC
Mm,
will come there. Say,
mm,
but cooperate with the leader of UK for the
mm,
investigation, by for to gather all evidence. Because
mm.
ICC prosecutor cannot gather evidence, travel to the country and gather evidence without the cooperation of the state leaders.
That's
No,
it.
it's not
Yeah.
possible.
Very
And
clear.
then you raise
Mm,
North Korea. North
yeah.
Korea is not member of ICC. It's difficult for ICC to go to North Korea to
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
possible.
very clear.
But
Yeah.
but what is possible if North Korea citizen
Mm,
commit any international crimes in territory of any ICC a state member party, then ICC will have jurisdiction
mm,
over that North Korean
mm,
citizen. That's
mm.
another way ICC can exercise jurisdiction. For
Ah,
example,
yeah.
the situation in Ukraine,
Mm,
we are seeing what is happening right now.
Yeah.
We hear through the news media, we don't have all the
Yeah.
evidence,
Yeah.
but the North Korean soldier, they are
Well,
present,
that's North
fighting
Korea,
for
not South
Russia
Korea.
in,
Yeah.
yeah, in territory of Ukraine. You
Mm,
heard that.
mm,
So if those soldiers, they
mm,
commit or they get involved in any international crime or war crimes, the
mm.
ICC will have jurisdiction over those North Korean citizens because the crimes committed has been, you know, has
Because the crime
occurred
was
in
committed in a country
yeah,
that
in the country of
in a
ICC.
member country of ICC.
Yeah, that's the point.
Ah, okay. Ah, right. That's why. Is that the reason why um President Putin at one point did not go to a certain country in Africa who's a member of ICC? Um, he didn't
Of
go
Africa.
to South Africa.
Yeah, Putin, President Putin, yeah, but I heard he didn't go, but I don't know the reason why. But we know ICC issue a arrest warrant, you know, for President Putin,
Yeah.
for war crimes because there are alleged crime of transfer of Ukrainian children to,
Mm, mm,
to a Russia territory. That's a
mm,
war crime. So he get arrest warrant for that. But ICC was not able to have jurisdiction over Putin regarding crime of aggression
mm,
because what happened is a aggression, is a crime of aggression.
mm,
But ICC cannot exercise jurisdiction over that crime because
mm.
Russia is not member of ICC.
Yeah.
In meantime, Ukraine
Mm,
was not member of ICC. So when it comes to crime of aggression, both state concerned, all of them need to ratify the Rome Statute of ICC first.
but if no one
That's
would
the
like to
difference.
ratify, like Putin doesn't want to ratify, Zelensky doesn't want to ratify.
Yeah, Russia didn't ratify the ICC. Russia does not recognize ICC, so ICC cannot exercise jurisdiction over cannot prosecute crime of aggression,
Yeah.
but it can prosecute war crimes
Ah,
because war
I see.
crimes does that
Mm.
require the ratification from all parties. Just
Mm.
one party is okay, it's fine.
So, do you believe that judges should have, judges must be people of integrity, spotless integrity?
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
first
So,
is
what
the
can you
first
say
rule.
now about the case of the case of who's this the ICC chief prosecutor Karim Khan, because he temporarily steps down amid misconduct probe according to his office. So you know
Yes,
being a
we
prosecutor, being a judge, being a lawyer, I don't know how credible ICC could be if it has a prosecutor who is doing some unjust acts towards someone.
yeah, that's an interesting question. The that case, he's not yet still presumed.
Oh,
He's
he's
not
still presumed innocent
yeah,
until
he's still
proven
presumed
guilty.
innocent
All
because
right.
we
Mm,
don't know what happened
mm,
exactly. So he has to step, you know, down a little bit so that ICC can investigate what happened. That's very important, just to protect the
mm,
integrity and the impartiality of the investigation
mm.
is very important for him to step
Step
aside.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. But that's not mean he is accused, but he did it yet. We don't know yet.
So
We
when do
need the
we know
investigation
about the
report.
verdict? When should we know about the verdict?
Yeah, we will know after the investigation. So right now there are ongoing investigation in the situation. So we cannot accuse, the prosecutor can right now say, oh, he did this, he is he did what, he's responsible for sexual harassment, everything. Right now we cannot say anything, we cannot confirm. Right now he's still innocent, presumed. So we need to wait to the investigation report before, we will see what happened. If the investigation report, we got it, he need to go to trial, see. So we will see the verdict after
Yes,
the
of
trial.
course, because we cannot be unfair. We cannot prosecute people and not prosecute our own selves, right?
Exactly, right.
Integrity is
Very important.
everything,
Very
especially
important.
in
Yeah. Morally,
ICC, in a court like
integrity,
that.
very
Yeah.
important.
Yes, yes. So,
It's just accusation right now.
all right, yes, just an accusation.
Mm.
But you see, this is it because if you are famous at the gravity, sorry, it's
Yeah.
like the gravity of your sin is magnified when you are in that kind of position. You're in your position of power. So be careful when you become president of Benin because you know that.
We know that. We know
Mm,
when you gather, you hold some responsibility, high responsibility. You
mm,
have to be careful, you
mm,
know, for protect your integrity, your dignity, your reputation.
mm,
That is very important.
mm.
But because people can compromise you in any way,
Oh
so you have to
yeah.
be vigilant, vigilant and
Mm,
be careful. That's very important. But right now is it just allegation. We
mm,
will see what we know what will come out for the result of the investigation report.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So how does the last question, how does the ICC ensure the protection of victims and witnesses in its cases?
Yeah. ICC always protect during the investigation to all the process. ICC always protect the victim,
Mm,
right, and victim witnesses,
mm,
especially their identity.
mm,
Sometimes they change their voices.
mm,
If needed or it's possible, they change the voices.
mm,
They can give another fake name or surname, maybe nickname to the V1
mm,
number
mm.
to the witness to protect their identity because sometimes those witnesses they are target. A victim also a target. So ICC takes all protective measure, to cover the, the victims and the witnesses. So they are highly protected during the investigation, during the whole process.
Mm. I see. Thank you so much. And we were so enlightened by your answers today. And yeah, thank you also. By the way, it's a good announcement. He will we will be running seminars and webinars on political leadership and international
Criminal law.
criminal law. Wow.
Thank you.
So
Thank
you
you
know what?
for that opportunity.
I'm a frustrated lawyer.
So you are jealous of us now.
So no, it's a good thing I'm now working with lawyers. Um, who knows? I might study law, but
Yeah, you can. There is way, there is way.
All
There is way,
right.
there is way.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Let's first let's first say goodbye to our to our listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, Dr. Attorney Denakpon. Thank you so much for being with us again today, and you're so patient with all these questions that I have. Thank you so much. We've learned a great deal from you, and for sure they will be learning a lot from you in the days to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angela Marie. Thank you
Thank
for,
you. Bye for
yeah.
now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.